today we're talking about how to convert expires into listing appointments. And we will be going through where to get numbers of expires, how to set appointments. We're going to go through scripts and dialogues, objection handling, follow-up strategy. Let's start from where to get numbers, where to get expired listings. And the first thing that comes to my mind, on MLS, it's free way for you to get contact information from expires. However, it's going to be pretty challenging for you to get phone numbers of MLS, and going back and cross-checking, it's going to be extremely time consuming. So I put together the list of companies that can provide you phone numbers for expires. They can even provide you dialer, and I'll talk about dialer in just a second. Espresso Agent, Vulcan 7, Redex, Mojo Dialer, Lend Voice. I personally use Espresso Agent, kind of in the middle on the price. Not the cheapest one though, but provides more or less decent leads to expires. So the numbers are more or less accurate, because that's one of the most difficult part, going through a lot of raw numbers. So moving forward, so what are we going to do to connect with them? We either going to be texting or calling them. I know in Ferry, it was pretty popular at some point at the beginning of this huge movement of expires, and agents started mailing to expires, sending them direct mail pieces. And it might work on a certain level. In my experience, it's very expensive, very time consuming, and not really effective, because I'm not sure which area you're coming from. Here in Miami, it's very competitive market, and expires getting like 50, 60 calls, and your letter probably going to be lost. So I would start from sending them a text message, and warm expired with the following text. So we're starting, and I borrowed it from Nathan. Wonderful text. I set myself a $2 million appointment using just this text. So it says, "Good morning, this is your name." It's important to say your local expert instead of using your company name. Because if you work for like EXP, it makes a lot of sense for you, but for a lot of sellers, they have no clue what is that. So you local real estate expert. I noticed the property on the market, and you want to put the property so it doesn't sound like, feel like it's spam, just came off the market, and I wanted to check if it was still available or under contract. Can you clarify? I really like this. It kind of explains at the very beginning that you know that the property off the market, and you're asking them a reasonable question: is it still available? If seller is still willing to sell the property, if you find them a buyer. And from that point, the conversation can go two directions. When they respond that yes, we're still looking to buy, do you have a buyer? I would like you to jump on the phone and try to set up an appointment over the phone. You can get more details. You can get more background. So phone scripts are going to be pretty simple. Again, we're going to go two ways, and depends on how strong you with scripts. On one hand, we're going to be setting up a preview appointment where we're going to be saying, well, Mr. Seller, I don't know yet if I have a buyer. However, I was not aware that your property is for sale when it was listed with another agent. This is why I would like to set up a preview with you. And that's going to be a lot easier, a lot less tension. And second, we're going to be setting legit listing appointment. However, I see in highly competitive markets, it is very difficult for you to set listing appointment just off the phone. However, when you face-to-face with the seller, only good thing happen. So let's do a little bit of a role play. Nathan promised me to help me out and role play with me the preview presentation. So if we don't mind, we'll show you how to easily set preview appointment with an expired listing. All right, let's do it, Nathan.
I think Cody had a question first.
Sure.
Oh, hey, hey, Roman. I was just gonna ask, would you recommend taking notes for this whole thing, or will they be sent over after via email?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat this?
Here, one sec.
Taking.
Would you recommend taking notes, or will you send it over via email after it's done?
Yes, you definitely want to take notes. Absolutely, take notes, and I can share the slides later, like after the presentation. Cool. All right,
All right.
let's show everyone how to set a preview appointment for expired listing. Let's go.
Okay. Ring.
Hello.
Hey, Roman.
Yes, speaking.
Hey, it's Nathan, local realtor. Hey, I saw this property on 123 Main Street. Looks like it came off the market, and I was just curious, is this under contract?
No, it's not under contract. It's been on the market for 6 months though, but we
Okay.
didn't have any showings.
Didn't have many showings. I got you.
No.
So, I mean, may I ask you, like, what's your new plan?
Well, I still planning to leave Florida and go to Chicago because that's where my family is. And this is why I was hoping to sell this home and buy myself a home. I don't want to go to rent.
I got you. Yeah, now that makes a lot of sense here. And I mean, can I ask you, like, what kind of time frame are you looking at, and where you need to move to Chicago by?
Well, I would prefer to be there before these holidays because I'm going to be traveling up there anyway. I would rather get
Okay.
it sold and just move there for good.
Yeah, just kill two birds with one stone, right?
Right, right.
Well, Roman, I mean, it sounds like it still makes sense for you to make the move. I mean, would you be open to like a new, fresh approach? I could show you, who I am, what I do, and I mean, I have some time tomorrow at like 3 p.m. Does that work for you?
Well, I don't know. I get all these calls from agents. What are you going to do differently other than just put it back on MLS?
Yeah, I mean, so I've sold more than 45 listings this year, and I have a proven marketing plan in place that has worked for every single one of my sellers, and I'm sure it'll work for you. I mean, all I need is like 15 minutes. After that, you can kick me out, but we can just go through everything of what I do and get your home sold.
All right. Well, if it's just going to take 15 minutes, that's fine. I'll be home for the rest of the afternoon today. You can stop by.
Today? Okay.
Yeah,
How about 5 p.m.?
yeah, that would work.
Okay. And what's a good email? I'll send over a just an invitation link, just so I have it on the calendar here.
Mr. Seller at gmail.com.
All right, that works. I'll see you then.
Perfect. All right. So you see how easy is that? There is really no pressure for you to set preview appointment. The next slide will be with more of a listing appointment. And I want to go with a listing script. And as you probably notice, it starts very similar. Hi, this is your name, your local real estate agent. I noticed the property on street name just came off market and I wanted to check if it's still available or under contract. Just want to clarify. And it's important for you to memorize scripts just to have these questions in your toolbox. Making sure that while you're practicing the scripts, you're paying more attention to your tonality, to your body language, even if you're on the phone. So questions like, are you just taking the home off market for now? Would be a good one to implement as well. That will open up a whole lot of questions from them back to you, right? If they are you just taking it off market for now? Are you getting a lot of calls? This is the question where we empathizing the seller that they getting a lot of calls. They frustrated, and the fact that you acknowledging the fact that they getting a lot of calls builds rapport. If you sold this home, where would you going to be? Where would you be going next? In this sentence, I would put more energy in the world. If you sold this home, where would you go next? What is your time frame to be moved? And they're going to be like, oh, yeah, we're going to be moved. We should be moved by now. And you want to sympathize to their pain. Ouch. So sorry to hear that. We need to get it fixed, right? Why do you think your home didn't sell? Well, obvious answer on this question that you're going to hear most of the time oh, my previous agent was so bad. And the key to react to this is not like blame that realtor. Oh, that realtor probably didn't do anything, but more of going deeper. And I would ask, so what is important for you in the agent who would represent you here? Just following up. So what do you think? Why do you think your home didn't sell? Oh, that was bad agent. Really? All right. So what's important for you in the agent who would represent you? Boom, you get in all the aces in the game where seller telling you exactly what's important for him. Maybe it's social media, and then boom, you sending them all links to your social media. Maybe others gonna be more interested in seeing your sales, so you provide them what they really need. So how did you pick the last agent? Obviously, they didn't qualify them to sell the home. Has anyone told you exactly why a home didn't sell? Right? Oh, curious, why my home didn't sell? The only reason the home does not sell in the market is because of exposure. Did you know that? So we're pressing on the lack of exposure. And for the most part, let's be honest, that is the true reason why their home didn't sell. It's either lack of exposure or it's overpriced. But overpricing the home, it's also agents' fault. Agents advise on price, and sellers, they only accepting what agent advises. In many cases, agents don't even advise correctly on pricing. They just ask, Mr. Seller, what would you like to get for the home? And they just poke the number and agents go with it. And that's number one reason when the home don't sell. So if I can show you how to upgrade your exposure to the market and get your home sold, would that be of interest to you? Perfect. And then let's meet for 20 minutes so you can see exactly what it will take to, again, sell your home. Would be better. And over here, I have my opinion. If you want to give this two options, would 5 work or 7 would be better? In my opinion, that can work, depends on the personality type that you're talking to. And if you feel like you don't have a rapport enough by the end of the script, you might want to give them 2 options. However, I find that I'm going to be there in the area tomorrow at 3. Would that work for you when you give just 1 option and you're very direct, that you don't have so much time for them to choose, then they accept it even easier. Plus, you don't necessarily always have 2 empty spots in the day. All right, so first time in home meeting with expired owners. So we're starting from building rapport. Building rapport, listen actively, show empathy. Show empathy to their struggles with not being moved where they are. Make sure that you mirror and match them, because people tend to like people like themselves. So if they fast talker, try to talk faster. If they slow talker, match their tonality, match their style. And also watch the body language. Like you just noticed from the script, acknowledge everything that they say and repeat it back to them. So we move into Chicago. That's fantastic. What takes you to Chicago? You move into Chicago. What takes you to Chicago? That will show them that you're genuinely interested in their situation, not there just to sign the contract and get your commission. Come prepared. That's one of the most important points here. When you go to a preview appointment with expired, you want to know what's selling. You don't necessarily want to bring a whole lot of comparable sales with you. It will show you that you kind of using technique of bait and switch when you say, I just want to look at it. And then boom, you come in with a list of CMAs, contracts, and all that kind of stuff. However, you want to learn what's selling, what is going on in the neighborhood. If you have enough time, better go and see active properties, similar homes in the neighborhood, so you can be a knowledge broker who provides them all that data. This is the home that that's been on the market for that many days. This is the home that's been on the market for much longer because of this, and you want to explain. professional editor, make sure you dress appropriately, that you wear a suit, that you wear a tie, and dress to impress, dress for success. Make sure that every single appointment you go 100% prepared and looking right, looking professional. NLP techniques, these are more in for those who I coach. We can go deeper on NLP techniques on the coaching call, because that's a whole long strategy that I don't want to spend that much on. This expires. But if you learn NLP techniques, neurological programming, then make sure that you use them. Mirror tone, body language, that's one of the NLP techniques. And use open-ended questions. This is why it's important for you to learn scripts and practice scripts, because you just looked at one of the samples of the scripts that we have here, Tom Ferry, and they all questions. And the more questions you will ask, the more rapport you will be entering with this expired listing, expired seller. So what are we going to be doing on to follow up? So one of the techniques that I recommend, first of all, yes, send thank you message. Say thank you message, record it on your cell phone, standing in front of the expired. If you couldn't secure legit listing presentation right on the spot, which we need to attempt to, if you just walking into the house, looking at the home, leaving and never calling them back again, it's probably a waste of time. However, we want to make at least one attempt to secure a legit listing presentation. So like Nathan said, like if I can show you how we can get the home sold, would that be worth 15, 20 minutes of your time? Maybe we should sit down with all the decision makers and I can explain what it would take, what it would take me to get you to Chicago by holidays, right? Well, if that's not going to happen in the first meeting, because yes, they have a lot of people calling, you will be in high competition. Couple of things I suggest is send a thank you message. Send a thank you message, better be through BombBomb, and make sure that you know when they watch it and you call them right after they watch this message. It can be thank you card. However, the whole key with this thank you message is to call right after they watch this video. And the idea behind it is that when you say thank you, they're gonna say thank you back. Oh, thank you for sending me your beautiful video. And then it's time for you to attempt the next appointment, right? So our goal is to, in this follow-up, is to set legit listing appointment if you're unable to secure it right on the spot, right? So offer second meeting, suggest another time for you to review details of your marketing plan. And it's totally fine for you to ask on the first meeting, but for the most part, you will be leaving with nothing and you will be setting up appointment over the phone, right? Provide few options for the next for the next meeting date. Retain value, consistent engagement. Another good tool that is not on the slide, but I also wanted to mention is retargeting. Retargeting ads on Meta and on Google. So they're going to be seeing your posts at a very high frequency. So if, let's say you go on 5 appointments a week, you're going to, in a couple of months, you're going to have like 50, 60 leads. So you download all your data of people that you met with, and you heavily running ads just for this specific expires. So you want to provide them what expires are interested in. So they absolutely watching the market. So you can record market update and push it through YouTube, through Meta, even sometimes through TV providers, through like Hulu ads. That also works just really well. Because one thing, when they meet with you once and you disappear, Another thing, when they constantly see you in their phones and on TV. The theory is pretty simple. It's just a matter of getting to this. I would say the best way for you to practice this is have the first round of text messages going out first, and then let's say for the first time block between, let's say, 9 and 10, and then spend from 10 to 12 following up on your text messages with a phone call. It just warms up expired a little better. In many cases, when they cannot recognize the number, they just not going to answer. So that's pretty simple technique. And right now, that's a big thing. A lot of expires coming off market because we had such a tremendous growth in prices, and now prices need to come down in many areas. So expires popping up here and there, and it's a great lead source.